I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you and welcome. We need to start with a roll call. Ms. Harris, will you help us with that? Thank you. We haven't heard that we assume he's just running late, so we'll welcome him when he comes, and we'll move forward. So when he comes, he can just come in and take his spot. We have an agenda before us. Is there any changes to that agenda we need to consider?
I'll make a motion to accept the agenda.
Have a motion to approve the agenda. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Lynn seconding. Discussion. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We have an agenda. We have the council minutes for August 19th and the work session minutes for August 26th. Any changes to those, or concerns, or comments, questions, whatever? If not, we will acknowledge those as they've been prepared, and we'll go on to the bills. You've got a warrant register before you, I'm assuming, at least on your computers, I'm sure. Yep. Questions, comments, concerns? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Sellers. Or a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Lynn seconding. Discussion.
What?
Go ahead.
Yeah. What was the Maxfield? What did we have Maxfield Construction do?
That was a section for corridor.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? Takes care of the bills. We have a revenue and expenditure report for June. Comments, concerns, questions on that? If there are none, is there a motion to approve that report?
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
Willing.
I'll second it, Your Honor.
Schmidt seconding. Thank you, sir. Any discussion?
It's Trudy, this would kind of close out our year, right?
It does.
So,
it's just the unaudited version because we're in the audit process right now.
but this is kind of our closing numbers for the year? Okay. Comment, our revenues are at 113% and expenditures are 85%. So
That's good.
revenues are good, and we didn't spend too much money, just in case anybody's concerned.
We probably still spent too much money. We just
Well, yeah, that's probably true. That's
Stayed
probably
within
true.
within our.
Stay within our means.
If there's no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That is approved. Council comments. Ms. Hageman, let's start with you tonight. What's on your mind?
Oh, I just hope everybody had a great Labor Day. It was wonderful to see everyone in the parade. What beautiful weather. And go out there and enjoy the last days of summer. The mornings are getting kind of crisp, and I'm not ready. I don't know if anybody else is. And as always, keep your service members in your thoughts. These are trying times across our nation, and we have many service members here in our community that are currently serving and deployed. So that's a lot of stress on their families. I can personally speak that it's a moment's notice. You know, I have my phone on the dais at all times because I just never know. And that wears on our family. I see a smile there. You know what it's like. And go to your neighbors and, you know, check in, take the load off a bit, because every single thing that we enjoy, including the parades, are because of our veterans and our service members, and it's so important to keep that in the forefront of our minds.
Thank you. Mr. Stars.
I just want to thank everybody for all the summer activities that have been put on. Farmers Market, for one, has just been huge, and lots of people have been there, more than we've seen in years. Pancake breakfast just yesterday, there was probably double the attendance that we have had, and I don't know if people are just staying close by or if they're, what the reason is that we're seeing more people, but there's a lot of things that we offer in our community, and I'm glad to see people taking advantage of it.
Thank you. Mr. Weller.
Just shout out to the Cowboy Days Committee for what a wonderful weekend of activities, and that's a lot of hard work, and they're already started and planned for the 80th celebration, so 79th? 80th.
90th.
Oh, it's the 90th?
This year was 79.
Oh, see, I missed 10 years, apparently. But it takes a lot of work, and I used to serve on that committee, and I know how hard it is to pull this all together, and they did a great tribute to Dustin Matthews this weekend, and I thought that was very appropriate for all the work he had done, so hats off to them.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Lynn.
Just echo the same thing. Labor Day, hopefully everybody had a great time. There was a lot going on. Rocco, do we have one more farmers market, or are we done? Last one?
Two more.
We got three more?
Three more.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it might be the last one, so I was going to tell everybody to go check it out. But
1 and 3, 79 and 80, 90.
I mean, we can't count up here. I don't know what we're doing, but yeah, no, just get out there and enjoy this community. It's fun in the summer and the fall, and kids started football. Go out and watch a football game. Support your kids in volleyball. Golf team's got a couple more meets, so support the kids too.
Nice. Mr. Schmidt.
The only thing I have is September is Suicide Awareness Month. I would just encourage everybody, if you know someone that is struggling at this time, I know there's a lot of folks that are struggling in our community, reach out to them and befriend them and try to help them through this hard time.
Nice. Excellent. Thank you. The only thing I'll add is I'll just echo the appreciation for the Cowboy Days Committee and the great event that we've all come to know and love for many years. Another successful year. I don't know if you were aware or not, but if you weren't, yesterday at the rodeo, I was presented with this buckle on behalf of the city. It is evidently we as a city were selected as the sponsor of the year, and they gave me this yesterday for the city. We'll find a safe place to put it, and wanted to show that to you tonight. It was fun to receive that, and
It's pretty nice.
yeah, it was super cool. So, and just congratulations on it. Thank you. I think the city does deserve that. So that's cool. Fun to be a part of. So with that, we'll move on to our public hearings and special orders. We have a couple of items there. Mr. Harris, you're going to handle our public hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My name is Mark Harris. I'm the Evanston City Attorney, and I'll be acting as a hearing officer this evening. The purpose of this hearing is for the City Council to receive evidence regarding the renewal of liquor licenses issued by the City of Evanston. The applications for renewals of the licenses have been reviewed by the City Clerk's Office and the staff of the Wyoming Liquor Commission, and they have determined that the applications are complete. Notice of the applications has been published in a newspaper of local circulation once a week for 2 consecutive weeks, and the notices will be included in the record of these proceedings. Anyone present who wishes to speak to the council regarding the applications should approach the podium, state your name and mailing address, and then present your testimony. No one will be cross-examined, but all of those who approach the podium may be asked questions by members of the council. The issues in this hearing are set forth in Section 4-9 of the City Code, which provides as follows. A license shall not be renewed if the City Council finds from evidence presented that the welfare of the people residing in the vicinity of the license or permit premises shall be adversely and seriously affected. 2, the purpose of the chapter shall not be carried out by renewal of the license or permit. 3, the number, type, or location of existing licenses or permits meets the needs of the vicinity under consideration. The desires of the residents of the city will not be met or satisfied by renewal of the license or permit or any other reasonable restriction or standards which may be imposed by the City Council will not be carried out by renewal of the permit. These permits are for renewal applications. There is a preferential right of renewal in each of the applicants. Is there anyone present who wishes to testify regarding the renewal applications? Is there anyone present who wishes to testify regarding the renewal applications? Any questions from the council about any of the applicants?
I have none.
I have maybe one question, and I, excuse me. I think I met with you, Mr. Harris, just recently on this issue about the number of licenses and so on. And I've been asked again about, you know, how we protect the businesses from one becoming a monopoly on owning the number of licenses or whatever within the community. Could you take a few moments and just expound on that, please?
Would you like me to talk about that now, or when we talk about the ordinance later on?
Whichever you think is appropriate.
I'd like to talk about it under that ordinance, if that's...
We've got that coming.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's perfect. Does that work for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Any questions?
No questions?
Okay. If there are no questions, the hearing will be closed. Mr. Mayor, you now have a motion to approve the renewal applications.
Excellent, thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve the renewal of the liquor licenses with been presented to us here.
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Sellers, with the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Hageman seconding. Any discussion?
I just, yes, I'd like to verify the public notices requirements, 2 newspaper publications and clerk website posting per WS 124104, and file proof of publication in the record, for the record.
Any further discussion? If there's no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved. We'll go on to our consent agenda item here. We have one item, a parade route request from the high school. Are there any representatives from the high school here? Oh, come up and tell us what you got in mind. You probably won't find a lot of argument from us, but we want to hear from you anyway.
I'm Alex Stewart. I'm the student body representative at Evanston High School, and we were hoping to get the annual homecoming parade approved. We started at Davis and then at EMS, and got like 3 like we do every year. And the only change we've had this year is we decided to do like a $25 entry fee for the parade.
Yep.
So if we could get that approved, that'd be appreciated.
Sounds good. The route is the same.
Yep.
That always has been. Any questions for this young man before we move on?
I love that you're here to support the parade, and normally this just gets passed through and we don't see anybody, so it's awesome you're here.
Excellent.
What's the theme this year?
With homecoming,
Yes.
it's Rio. Rio?
Rio?
Yeah, like the movie.
Oh. We don't know what that is.
So it's going to be it's going to be festival. Okay.
Oh, okay. Rio.
I got kids young enough. I've seen that movie. It's a good
Probably
movie.
more than once.
I'm sure it's great.
And you're on the football team.
Yes, I am.
Good job last Friday. Anytime you beat a Utah school, it's a great thing.
Is there a motion to approve our consent agenda?
I'll make that motion.
I'll
Mr. Ling.
second it.
Mr. Ling, Mr. Welling seconding.
Who do we pay the $25 to? You? You're not collecting it yourself?
question.
Okay.
I'll bet,
I imagine it's Uena County School District number 1, if you're writing a check.
I would bet Donna Bruce would be a good contact point for that, I would think. No.
Is there an application to fill out in case we want to be in it?
They've thrown you under the bus, haven't they?
We'll find out.
We'll figure it out.
I think you ought to throw old Bubba O'Neill under the bus and tell him, you know, everybody that needs to go see Bubba. That's what we ought to do.
Send me to Bubba.
Either Mr. Lee or
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. If there's no further discussion, and all in favor of our consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? We'll go on now to unfinished business, and we'll start there with ordinance 2506. Mr. Harris, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance 2506 is before the body on third and final reading. It's an ordinance of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, repealing Section 4-8B Code to City of Evanston, Wyoming, relating to limiting issuance of more than one liquor license or permit to any one person.
Thank you, sir. Do we, Mr. Schmidt, do you have, get your questions answered, or however you go ahead and let's do that now, then we can move forward.
I told him I'd answer it, so I'm going to give it a shot. If you look at the list for renewals, it's going to take a minute, but if you look at the list for renewals, you'll see primarily if you look at the retail liquor licenses. I think Councilor Hageman had said there's 20 of them. I don't know. That sounds about right. Clerk tells me it's about right. So for those 20 licenses, the retail liquor licenses, I'm searching for the right word. It is the license with the greatest sales benefit to the holder because it allows on-premise and off-premise sales. So you package sales or consumption on the premises. That's the only liquor license, with the exception of your resort licenses, that permits that. Okay? You have restaurant licenses, resort licenses, club licenses, and I think those are the, bar and grill licenses. But the retail are the most sought after because of the ability for large population sales. You can sell for on-premise, off-premise, package or not. The retail liquor licenses and bar and grill licenses are all limited by the population base of the City of Evanston. And there's a population formula that allocates so many licenses per 1,000 people. So that's how they determine this number 20. And at the next census, we'll see if there's enough change that those licenses would increase. I have never been around to see a decrease where they will take a license away. I don't think they do that. But in any event, we have these 20 retail licenses. Our city code currently provides that one person, and a person can be an individual, or it can be a business entity like a corporation or limited liability. Our code says that one corporation can only hold one liquor license. And that's what it provides. That used to be what the Wyoming state statutes provided, but that provision was repealed in 2021 from the statutes. So this ordinance repeals that provision for the city. Now, I think when I spoke with Councilor Schmidt the other day, I went through with him and I said, although the current code prohibits a license holder from owning more than one license, there is no prohibition on an individual or group of individuals from owning different companies that own liquor licenses. So it's possible two individuals could bind together, form companies, and own 5 liquor licenses with 5 different companies. The ownership is the same. So the ownership is accumulated in 5 different companies, but 2 owners for those 5 companies. So it's a limited ownership. To acquire a company, you don't necessarily have a transfer of ownership, because one way you can acquire a company is you buy all of the stock or interest in that company. So for those 2 individuals in our hypothetical that own those 5 liquor licenses, they could go out to a 6 liquor license holder, and if it's owned by ABC Corp., they could buy all of the stock in ABC Corp. Now those 2 individuals own 6. The purchase of the interest or the stock does not require approval of the council. All it requires is that they notify the clerk of a change in the stock ownership. So you can have a licenses or a group of them held by the same common ownership group. And those transfers do not require approval of the council. If a company or a person were allowed to hold more than 1 license, then if there were an existing license, in order to get that license into ABC, let's say ABC holds 1 license, they want to acquire 2. In order to do that, they have to purchase and transfer ownership of an existing license into ABC. That requires them to come before you. So the only check that there is regarding the transfer in ownership, which requires an application and hearing before the council. And remember, one of the things that has to be shown is that the needs of the area in which a license is applied for will be met, and it won't be overserved by the acquisition or transfer of a license. So that is the only check that is out there. But otherwise, you can have common ownership accumulated, and the council wouldn't know that, and neither would anybody else. So, is that what we talked about?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I tried to do the best.
That's what I got out of last week.
Thank you.
And I think one of the key points to that to remember, if we are concerned, if anyone is concerned about one person or a group buying up multiple liquor licenses, all of those would require the approval of this body.
Transfer of ownership.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I mean, it's not something that we would not, or a subsequent city council would not have oversight on. Go ahead, please.
These all come up for renewal every year, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
So the renewals come before the council,
Yes.
correct? So if we were, as a body, felt like there was entities or persons that were, in a way, acquiring too many, then we could possibly deny a renewal if we felt like there was a monopoly. Is that right, wrong, or different?
Go ahead, please.
May I try to take a shot at that?
Yeah, please. I was hoping you would.
Section 4-9, Councilor Lynn, of the code sets forth those conditions.
Yeah.
One condition for denial of a renewal is that the welfare of the people residing in the vicinity of the license shall be adversely or seriously affected. That the purposes of the chapter would not be carried out by the renewal. That's a possibility. That the number, type, or location of existing licenses meets the needs of the vicinity. And that's really more applicable to a transfer of location. But there are ways that...
But I'm saying, we have checks and balances. If we felt like we were in a situation where there was a monopoly, there's checks and balances in place that the city, when it comes for renewal, we could do something about it. Now, do I think we have that problem? I don't think we have that problem at all. Matter of fact, a couple of these licenses have been sitting unused, and I think that is a bigger detriment to the city in a whole if you've got a liquor license that you're not utilizing. And we've had liquor licenses in the past where they've met the very minimum requirements of that liquor license, but hasn't really benefited. And you got to think about the sales tax that's generated through these liquor licenses. That's a huge thing for the city. So I don't want to see them sit and not be used. That's a bigger detriment than I think we need to worry about, say, one entity owning too many of them. But there are checks and balances in place if we needed to, you know, if we felt like there was an issue. Am I speaking correctly?
I believe so, Mayor.
Sound right?
I believe that's correct.
Okay.
I agree as well.
So hopefully that eases any kind of, you know, worries that we feel like we're putting ourselves in a position with this changing of this ordinance that somebody's going to have too much control.
Well, I just wanted to assure that there was a check and balance, and that's why I
Yeah.
When the state altered it in 21, it deferred most of the power to the city. So the city, we as the council and the council beforehand, we're the gatekeepers. So we can look over in the community and there's specific requirements. You know, we're not supposed to allow warehousing, like you were mentioning, Jesse. That's in here. You know, we're the gatekeepers. So if we see it and it doesn't benefit we can deny based on community need and resident input. So it just took, essentially the state in 2021 shirked the responsibility back in our direction. And so we just have to be more diligent. That's the way I look at it.
They've been doing that a lot with a lot of things, so.
Seems like it. Well, excellent. Appreciate the discussion. We're now, I'll entertain a motion to approve ordinance 2506 on third and final reading.
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Lynn with the motion.
I'll second it.
Mr. Welling seconding. Discussion? Further discussion? If there is none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? It is approved on third reading. We'll go now to new business, and we'll start there with a motion to extend a seasonal position. Mr. Robinson, you must have somebody you don't want to turn loose of. Just
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Every summer we do hire several seasonal help people. Usually college-age kids are just out of high school. Most of them have gone back to school. We have one that is doing his schooling online and wants to keep his job. The personnel manual requires us they're only hired for a certain amount of days, and we're coming to the end of that. So we just have to renew him for another 12 weeks. And we have to come get your decision to do that. So,
I assume you have work for him to do, and he does
yeah.
good work, whoever.
Plenty to do.
I'll entertain a motion to extend this seasonal position for 12 more weeks.
I'll make a motion, Your Honor.
Mr. Smith with the motion. Did I hear a second over here? Mr. Sellers seconding. Any discussion on the motion?
Is this someone we hope to retain for a long period of time at some point?
Yes.
Okay.
He's done his own work to obtain it, or he's working on getting his CDL on his own. So he asked me, can't you just create a position? And I says, no, it's not quite like that. So, but yeah, he loves the job and is a good worker.
Well, if he's a good worker, we want him. So that's
And
That
local
makes
kid
perfect
who grew up here. So
excellent. Excellent. If there's no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved. Thank you. We'll go on to Resolution 2554. Mr. Harris, read that title for us, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2554 is a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of a joint funding agreement with the U.S. Geological Survey, United States Department of the Interior, for the operation and maintenance of a stream gauge station on the Bear River.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Robinson, go ahead.
this is our annual agreement with the U.S. Geological Survey for the stream gauge on the river over here by the Recycle Center. We just need to renew the agreement again for another year.
Seems like we do this one every year.
We do, and it's data we use on river flows and that kind of stuff. So
Is there introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce the motion to pass.
Mr. Welling with a motion. Is there a second? A second. Mr. Sellers seconding. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved. Thank you, sir. We now need to have a discussion and motion regarding the request to sell real property of the city of Evanston located on West Cheyenne Drive. Go ahead, Mr. Harris, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The council will remember, I think, work session about a month ago, Mr. Ellingford came in and presented some information about the possibility of purchasing a half-acre tract of land located on Cheyenne Drive. There is no street address for the property. You may remember, and the information you have does reflect that half-acre piece that he is proposing that the city put up for sale. He submitted the request that you have before you and was part of the packets for everyone in the public. He would like that half-acre put up for sale. Should the council be willing to consider that, staff just needed a motion to go forward. We do need direction on a couple of things. If the council intends to sell the property, we need to know whether the council prefers to sell the property by sealed bid or public auction. Those are our two alternatives. I have asked First American Title for a title report for a description of the property. The second thing we will need direction from the council is Mr. Ellingford requested that a half-acre be sold. That half-acre is appendant to and adjoins another 1.5 acres, which, if you're looking at your map, it looks like an upside-down 7 that adjoins Cheyenne Drive. I think in conversation with engineering and planning, and myself anyway, we would like the council to consider selling all 2 acres.
Sell that whole piece.
For various reasons. One of them being that if we sold that half acre, there's no guarantee, one, it will be sold, but two, there's no guarantee who's going to buy it. If someone comes up and makes the highest, for example, sealed bid for it, and the city accepts that bid, that parcel is going to be landlocked because it's owned by J.G. Brothers on the east side, and it's owned by Yellow Creek Ranch Company on the west. So we want to avoid landlocking the parcel. We being Mr. Newsom and I, also talked with Ms. Larson from Parks and Rec and asked if there was any possibility in plans that would be developed as a park. And Ms. Larson is here, but I think she told us they don't have any plans to develop it as a park. So it's undeveloped, vacant, unused. And part of it is zoned low-density residential existing, LRE, I think. The rest of it, the rest of that upside-down 7, is actually zoned agriculture.
Oh.
So that shows you how long ago it was transferred.
Yeah.
So we just need direction. If you want to put it out for sale, what amount to sell, the full 2 acres, less than that, and whether you want sealed bids or public auction. That's entirely up to the council. And then there's publication requirements. We advertise for 3 weeks. We will need to get it appraised. We would set a minimum sale price at the appraised value. Sure. And the council would retain the right to reject all bids, regardless of the amount.
Thank you. It occurs to me we don't want to hinder or do anything to dissuade Mr. Ellingford from doing what he wants to do, but it does occur to me that situation doesn't exist. This could be landlocked, and if we have as a city, it's been my kind of purpose, I guess, and my feeling that if we have an opportunity to get property owned by the city back in private hands, that's beneficial to the city. And so hopefully that, that wouldn't impact Mr. Ellingford in any negative way, or anybody else for that matter. It would be a bid process, so as Mr. Harris says, from my perspective, this could end up being owned by any number of people. So I guess in my mind, I don't know what your feelings are. I think I would be willing to consider selling the entire 2 acres altogether. Now, if we did that, they're separate parcels now, but we could combine them and sell them all at the same time.
Correct.
Okay.
There's a separately described, Mr. Mayor, 0.5 acre, and in the others, it's approximately 1.5, I think it's just 2.02 acres around.
Just barely over 2 acres then. Okay. What's your feelings?
From what Gary said, that would actually help him be able to develop that parcel as well because of where it sits and the slope and everything else. I think it's definitely a good idea to sell that piece. My only worry is that those 2 pieces were dedicated land that was given to the city based on a subdivision that is going to be developed. So ideally, when a subdivision is developed, that piece goes to a park or an open space that benefits a more congested developed area. That's the only worry I have, especially up there. If that is developed residential, we got to think of what we're going to do as far as a open space, green space, park space. Because if he buys up all of that, that's the dedicated land for that. So,
And
that's the only worry I have is.
How would we respond to that? I mean, is there a way? I don't want to say around that, but how do we negotiate that issue?
Well, I'm going to have to tell you this. I don't even know when that larger 1.5 acres was transferred. My understanding is that it was transferred possibly as, well, I know it was transferred as part of another subdivision development.
Yeah.
And what I asked for the title report for was to find out if it was transferred and dedicated as a park, because if that's the case, that is another consideration. We'll have to, if you want to transfer it, we have to vacate dedicated park space. Mm-hmm. But right now, I don't see that it's not dedicated as part of any subdivision because it's not included in the subdivision.
Okay.
I think it was dedicated for other development located elsewhere. And so we what was the purpose back then? I can't tell you, Mayor, but each development has those requirements for dedication of public land or cash in lieu of public space.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't want to speak for what Mr. Jacobson and Mr. Newsom do, but each development is looked at in its own right, and then whatever the effect is. So if there were multiple developments out there, whether they occurred on JG land or Yellow Creek Ranch land, each of them would be looked at separately for the public land dedication requirement. And it's possible that a park space could be dedicated natural land for those developments as they occur, or it's a cash in lieu if there's enough park space, and we would rely on Parks and Recreation for that advice whether we need it.
So you're of the opinion that we're safe to?
Yes, and we'll find out when we get that title report if we've got to come back to you with a vacation issue.
That's just my concern is that we don't ever create, we've had a bunch of subdivisions come in front of us that feel like we're cramming a lot of people in one little spot. I would like to make sure that we create that green space, that separation, create that type of area that's just not cramming too many people in one spot. So
if you look at that half acre, if we just go back to the half acre, you look at it up where it sits on that hill, it doesn't make much sense for the city to try to do anything with it. And if it can make that area make it so the road could be brought in easier or development can happen easier, I think it should happen. I think it would make a huge difference. And and it's how we get growth.
Mr. Mayor, one last comment. I'm sorry.
That's right.
And to address Councilor Lynn's comment, remember, one of the things on our agenda is that 2050 plan,
Yes.
hiring a consultant for that.
That would be,
Open space and green space will be part of the development of that new master plan. So, you know, there's opportunities out there for those issues to be put into the master plan, so we can address where you may not have open park space, but you've got open space within a development.
yeah, and I hate to take a developer and say you have to do this, because I hate that. You got to plant trees or grass, whatever, but to create the least open space and then the opportunity down the road or whatever, because a lot of developments, you're going to price them out. If you tell them you got to do this, 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 and this, and this, and they're going to be like, well, I'm not going to do it because I'm priced out of the project. But you can allow for green space that can be developed later, walkways, whatever, just to allow that space to occur, and then later can be developed. But, you know, it just doesn't cram a ton of people into one little spot. It allows for people to, you don't feel like you're living on top of each other. That's my thoughts.
So the only, I guess, if I understand this right, if we sell this property, or if Mr. Ellingford gets the bid for this property and takes ownership of it, the 2 acres, if he subdivides or puts in a new addition into this area, then the new rules would be that he has to provide either the green space or space again for that new subdivision. Is that correct?
That is correct. Or pay cash in lieu. We call it
Right,
cash in lieu.
or cash in lieu of.
Land dedication.
Yes,
And that's the option of the city.
correct. Thank you.
Do we also need to have a discussion relative to what's the feelings as far as open bid or open auction or sealed
We need
bid?
direction on amount of property, 2 acres or less, and whether it's public bid or public auction. Sealed bid or public auction.
Sealed bid, and I guess I don't really.
Is this the time to make a motion?
Yeah.
It sure would, yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, I'd like to make a motion that we go ahead and sell both of those, that half acre and that 1 acre, combine them as a 2 acre, and just do it in a sealed bid and
Excellent.
allow it to be sold.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. I heard Mr. Sellers over here first, Mr. Smith, if that's okay, is seconding, so Mr. Lynn with a motion to sell the two acres and change and do it by sealed bid. And I have a second on that. Any discussion on that motion?
Does anybody feel like we need to do an auction over sealed bid, I guess?
Sealed bid's best.
I really have
Sealed
no
bid is the best
temperature.
myself, but
Is that what we need to do then? Does that help you?
Yes.
I have no feelings one way or another, I don't believe myself.
The only thing I'd bring up is, how about, you know, when it's not a concealed bid, more people can see it, we might get a better offer. Know what I mean? Shopping it real estate-wise.
I mean, we're going to put a minimum on it. So, I mean, I think we're going to get the price that the city needs.
You know, we're gonna be able to set what we need
So
for
I
it.
think we'll be,
So,
An idea. Put it in front of more people, I guess, is thought was.
it'll be advertised.
Most of the time what we've had, I've seen in the past, is that most of the time, the only thing I've seen in the past is the person that's interested is basically the only one that's bid on them. So, I mean, we might get more, but as a whole, that's what I've seen.
I mean, my worry is to make sure we get fair market value that comes back to the city. And then, other than that, that's what I'm worried about.
If there's no further discussion, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That passes. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Did Councilor Sellers second that?
He did. He did. We'll now go on to Resolution 2555. Mr. Harris, read that title for us, please.
Thank you, Mayor. And this actually goes along with Resolution 2556.
Oh, yes. So should we do them all? No, this one does not. Oh, this one doesn't?
Oh, I beg your pardon. I was reading the wrong one. Sorry. 2555, Mr. Mayor, is a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of a memorandum of understanding between the Evanston Police Department and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, firearms and explosives pertaining to paperless firearm trace submission and trace analysis.
Chief.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mayor, members of the council, this is, we've been running firearms trace data since I've started with the police department for years. It's never been an issue. The ATF will no longer run it without an MOU. I can't help but think it's based on the 5th page when they've made the whole paragraph bold and capitalized that no agency will conduct a trafficking investigation without including them. So apparently somewhere out there in the United States, some agency ran an investigation, did not include the ATF, and now we all have an MOU.
I wondered what prompted that. That makes sense now. Okay. Excellent. Well, we'll put this on the table. We can discuss it. I guess, is there an introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce with a motion to pass.
I'll second it.
Motion, Mr. Welling, seconding. Discussion.
We can move through these three pretty quick, I think.
There's no discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved. Now, do we want to do 56 and 57 together, or does that make it more?
We can discuss them together, Your Honor.
Okay,
if you'd
sounds
like.
good. Go ahead.
Resolution 2556, a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of a tobacco inspection contract with the Wyoming Association of Sheriffs and Chiefs of Police to provide funds for the Evanston Police Department to conduct tobacco compliance inspections. Resolution 2557, a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of an alcohol inspection contract with the Wyoming Association of Sheriffs and Chiefs of Police to provide funds for the Evanston Police Department to conduct alcohol compliance inspections.
Chief.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, we have conducted these inspections ever since I started with the police department for past 25 years or more. They're governed by Wyoming state statute, and the Wyoming Association of Sheriffs and Chiefs of Police received the grant money to pay for these inspections so that they can be conducted by the city at no cost. They pay for the decoy and the officer's time to ensure that our local retailers do not sell to underage individuals. There's a lot of rumors out there. The decoys that are doing this, they cannot dress up any differently. We have to photograph each decoy. They're required to use their actual state-issued ID, and often we run into the failure. The retailers will often ask for the ID, but they won't verify the age.
I think over the years my children have helped do this at a time or two, and in the effort of complete transparency, if whatever we've got on our agenda, or on my agenda anyway, the 2556 was the one relative to alcohol, and 2557 was relative to tobacco. I think we discussed those backwards, but whether they're both the same. So just to be clear on that. Any questions for?
Does this include vape cells too?
Mr. Mayor, Council Member, Mr. Welling, yes, it does. If they have tobacco in them. So if there's a retailer that sells vapes that does not contain tobacco, no, it does not include those.
Okay, thank you.
Is there an introduction on Resolution 2556?
I'll make that motion to...
Or I'm sorry, introduction.
Introduction to pass on 2556.
Excellent. Got an introduction and a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second, Your Honor.
Mr. Schmidt seconding. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved. Is there an introduction on Resolution 2557?
I'll introduce with a motion to pass.
Mr. Sellers with a motion. Is there a second there?
Second.
Mr. Lind seconding. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved as well. Thank you, sir. We now need to consider a motion to authorize the sale of a handgun to resigning police officer Colton Welling. Chief, go ahead with that.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Unfortunately, Officer Colton Welling is venturing out on his own into the private sector. Speaking from a selfish standpoint, I hope it doesn't work out. But he's done a good job for us. He's been a good officer, and he would like to maintain possession of his city-owned issued firearm, and is requesting the opportunity to purchase that. The quote amount you see in front of you is what the city of Evanston would receive if we had returned it to the Glock authorized factory dealer who trades their firearms in and sells us new firearms.
Excellent, thank you. Is there a motion on this handgun sale?
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Lind, is there a
I'll
second?
second it, Your Honor.
Schmidt seconding. Any discussion?
This may not relate to the handgun, but how are you doing on staffing?
We are actually fully staffed right now, but we have one officer that's at the academy. We have one officer that's in training. We have one officer that's on maternity leave, and we have one officer out on injury. So 4 of our 12 regular patrol officers are down right now. But other than that, we are doing well.
Doing well, okay.
If there's no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? Tell him to write that check and we'll give it to him.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Resolution 2558. Mr. Harris, read that title for us, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2558 is a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of a professional service agreement with Western Water Consultants, Inc., DBA WWC Engineering, to provide services relating to the Evanston 2050 Comprehensive Master Plan.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Newsom.
Good evening. This is exactly what it says it is, trying to get a master plan. And before you is the agreement with the selected consulting firm, WWC. So.
Excellent. Is there an introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce with the motion pass.
Mr. Sellers with the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Hageman seconding. Any discussion?
Just the typo get fixed in the
Heading?
in the thing. Yeah, it's a matter plan instead of a master plan.
Oh. Okay, any further discussion? Guess we can make that change easily.
I've read right over that. I'm glad you caught that. Matter plan. What do we know about Western Water Consultants?
Very reputable. They do a lot of work with WYDOT, but have done a lot of these equivalent things across the state and in other states. I've looked at some of their documents they provide. It looks very, very nice. Heard very good positive things about them. So, yeah, I suspect no different than what they always provide.
Okay. So you feel comfortable with
Yes.
it? Okay.
Further discussion? If there's none, all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? That is approved.
Thank you.
Our next
Mayor?
item.
I'm sorry. This is where I'd like to make my motion.
Well, we've got on the agenda here a motion to convene an executive session, so we need to do that first.
I was just going to tack on to it because it's appropriate in timing.
To add to that executive session?
Yeah.
Is that something we can do, Mr. Harris? Ms. Hageman wants to add to this executive session.
I'm going to make a motion.
For what?
For what's your purpose for your executive session?
Well, I'll just make my motion. I move that the Evanston City Council enter into executive session under Wyoming Statute Section 164405A for the purpose of considering personnel matters.
Mr. Mayor, point of order, that's not a sufficient motion. Personnel matters is not recognized in 404-405AI.
I strongly disagree, and in the statute, it absolutely says that, and it gives us, each one of us, permission to do it. And I can get you the executive session is for council deliberation under statute of Robert Rules. The body decides attendance because, and we can go to a vote. It has to be voted on by the council under the statute.
Mr. Mayor, my point is Section 405AI provides that the appointment, employment, right to practice, or dismissal of a public officer, professional person, or employee, or to hear complaints or charges against an employee, professional person, or officer are subjects of a proper executive session. That's what the motion has to state, the basis. Personnel matters is not sufficient.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm checking.
Well, we have a motion, or I'll ask for a motion to convene an executive session for the purposes of appointing a special prosecutor for the city municipal court.
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Welling with a motion. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second.
Mr. Sellers seconding. Any discussion on the motion?
Mr. Mayor, according to ordinance, that requires a 2/3 vote of the members present.
Thank you, sir. I'll call for the question. All in favor say aye.
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 Are any opposed? We'll go into executive session then.
I have
I'm sorry?
I have the information pulled up,
We're going into executive session now.
but I need the motion to talk about what this is.
We'll have to do it later. We're going into executive session now.
You're denying me my right.
I'm not denying you anything. You just
Yes,
made a motion
you
and a
are.
second.
This is
We've had a
XI,
motion.
not 405. Under 405, AII is a specific appointment, employment, right of practice, dismissal, complaints, or charges against, or discipline of a public officer, professional person, or employee. That is much narrower than personnel matters and sufficient.
If you will
Mr. Harris,
suspend.
I am not moving under subsection XI for personal matters. I am moving under subsection II, which expressly allows executive session to deliberate on employment, complaints, or discipline of public office or employee. That is the statutory language. It does not require litigation, and it does not depend on subsection XI. My motion is therefore proper.
Mr. Mayor, that motion can be made when we deal with the first executive session, which is approved.
Okay. Go to executive reconvene here in a few.
I gotta get my knee. It takes a couple steps for me to get my knee moving.
motion to adjourn?
Lead into regular session.
Just to reconvene. Okay. I guess we need a motion to reconvene.
I think there's a bathroom break.
Yeah.
Yes. And
We'll wait for you old guys to get back up here.
I should have gone.
Hey, guys, I was gonna wait. I couldn't wait any longer. I had to go to the restroom.
We need a motion to reconvene out of executive session, reconvene here in regular session.
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
Mr. Welling to reconvene here. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Lynn seconding. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are back in regular session. Our next item then is Resolution 2559. Mr. Harris, please.
Mr. Mayor, Resolution 2559 is a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the appointment of a special prosecutor for Evanston Municipal Court case docket number 250096.
Thank you, sir. Is there an introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce the motion to pass.
Mr. Welling with a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Lynn seconding. Discussion.
I think we need to entertain another executive session, just so that we can air out whatever needs to be aired out. I don't think it'll hurt anything to have another executive session. Now, if it's against the rules, I guess it's against the rules, but hey,
We probably
that's what
should
we're
act
here.
on this resolution, and then we can consider that.
Okay.
Any further discussion on the motion relative to Resolution 2559? If there's none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed?
aye.
One negative. Okay. Now, is there,
I think, and to say that, the proper way to have probably have done this is when we asked for any additions to the agenda or to change the agenda. That would have probably been the best place to say, hey, we need to add another executive session to the agenda. Would that have been proper procedure?
Mr. Mayor?
please?
Counselor, that is correct, but you're not prevented from adding anything to the agenda. It requires a two-thirds vote to add it because the agenda's been set.
Okay.
Motion for an executive session that fits the requirements of 16.4405 requires a two-thirds vote, so
Okay.
as well.
Oh.
It's four of you voting in the affirmative. So if someone wants to make a motion for an executive session and state the basis and see if it gets a second, see what the vote is.
Well, I would make that motion to allow the executive session that Jen would like to have, and
I'll second.
And the purpose,
What would be the purpose is the
You
problem.
have to state the exact purpose of that.
I'll do it. The executive, I move that the Evanston City Council enter into executive session under Wyoming Statute Section 164405A for the purpose of considering personnel.
What's your opinion, Mr. Harris? Is that,
is it the, if it's considered the appointment of personnel, that's fine. Personnel is not mentioned in 405.
is that your feeling that that does?
It does. It absolutely does. And I can read it.
I guess I'm
Appointment,
saying,
employment, right of practice, dismissal, complaints, or charges against or disciplines of a public officer, professional person, or employee.
That's what I'm saying. That's what the motion has to say.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's the
that's your
motion.
motion.
Now you got the motion.
Okay, so that works as a motion?
I'm walking right here in front of it. We've got a motion to consider an executive session for, I would say, personnel,
Appointment of,
appointment of personnel. I want to say that right.
Mr. Mayor?
I'm sorry?
You made that motion.
Well, I'm
Well, either way,
We're gonna go with-
Hegeman can make the motion, I'll second the motion, and
Is there a second, are you seconding that motion?
that's fine.
That emotion, that motion?
That emotion, yeah.
that requires 4 affirmative votes.
Okay. We have a motion and a second to go into executive session. Any discussion on the motion?
Will our council be allowed to be in there?
No.
I am unless 2/3 of the council says not to.
Then I don't feel comfortable without our council in a executive session. So that's my feelings.
I'm fine if Mr. Harris is there, if whatever we need to talk about, I think.
She said no on her motion.
Said
No, he can be. I say no.
Well, we've got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Are there any opposed?
I'm opposed.
I'll be opposed. Is that 2/3?
There's, I think, 4 affirmative votes.
Yep.
But I have no problem with Mr. Harris being in the meeting myself. And Ms. Harris, for that matter, too. And we'll reconvene in a few minutes. have a motion to go out of executive session and reconvene our regular meeting?
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
Willing? Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Seller seconding. Any discussion on the motion? There's none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That is approved. We are back in regular session. And I guess the next thing on our agenda was comments from departments. Mr. Newsom, do you have anything for us tonight, sir? Mr. O'Neill?
3 more farmers markets.
3 more farmers markets. Excellent, excellent. Ms. Larson? Mr. Robinson? Ms. Lynn? Chief Ranish?
3 more farmers markets.
Ms. Harris? Mr. Harris? Excellent. Public participation. Is there anyone here from the public that would like to address the council for any reason?
Well, I have some good news, I hope, for this evening. Today at the city, or the county, with the county complex building, there was a man that was, and we know this person, and I just wanted to echo this flyer that I picked up from him. It's the Wyoming Life Flight 3 grand opening celebration. We're getting our own life flight crew here. And there's details here that I can put in the, maybe Kane, if you want to put this in the paper or something like that, but it's on Monday, September 29 at 9:30 in the morning till 11. The venue is at Evanston Regional Hospital, and we're going to learn more about their air methods and the crew and the equipment they've got for us here. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Anyone else? Go ahead, Mr. Wheeler.
My name is Dan Wheeler. I reside at 740 17th Street. Mayor Williams, members of the council, members of the staff, I'm here tonight to talk about Evanston Hall of Fame, the banquet and the induction ceremony, on September 20th. Social hour is at 6, banquet starts at 7. And so we've been a little criticized in the past for not making this as aware to the community. And so I'm trying to get in front of as many people as I can and invite them to come to our banquet and induction. This will be the 13th year for Evanston Hall of Fame. And I didn't say Evanston High School. I said Evanston Hall of Fame. 90% of the members of the Hall of Fame probably are Evanston High grads, but we have some folks who are outstanding people in our community, and we wanted to keep it open to the community. One of the council members, Councilman Welling, is on our committee, and one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, how do you decide on who becomes a Hall of Fame member? First of all, they have to be nominated, not by themselves, but by either a family member, friend, or whoever. And we have had extremely good success. It is not Evanston Athletic Hall of Fame, although we have outstanding athletes, men and women, outstanding coaches, men and women, and some outstanding athletic teams that were men and women. But we've also done a lot of research to try and find out people that have had great careers after leaving Evanston High School, such as the Brigadier General, CEO for Weyerhaeuser, doctors, lawyers, people that have had outstanding success. So I just am here to put out the good word for this. And the last comment I have is that we sponsored a golf tournament this summer to try and get a little more of the word out about Hall of Fame, and to try and get some of the Hall of Fame members back to participate in our tournament. And fortunately, Councilman Lind and his family were the low gross players at the tournament. Thank you. And so Are there any questions?
Will you let them know what the price of the ticket to the banquet?
It's $250. No, not really. No.
We wish.
It's $40 a plate. And we have an outstanding caterer, and we've tried to keep the price down as much as we possibly can with the rising costs. And the other thing is I would invite people, if you have a tight schedule and coming to the banquet and a sit-down dinner does not work, but you'd like to come for part of it, you're more than welcome to come. It's at the Roundhouse, and we are excited about the people that we have coming in this year.
Repeat the date.
September
30th.
20th.
20th.
Yes, 20th.
Social hour is at 6. The proceedings start at 7.
And you can't tell us who the nominees or inductees are? We wait till that night, right?
No. And that's one of the things that I think that maybe we've been a little short of, is letting people know who the inductees are. So this year, we have a 1978 state champion golf team. We have Forrest Bright, who was a member of the police department, the sheriff's department, and then worked for the governor security force at for the state of Wyoming. And he was also a heavyweight wrestling champion in 1974. We have Brett Wilson, who was a career military gentleman and then works for the Department of Defense and has had an outstanding career. One of the interesting people that we have is a lady by the name of Connie Gerard, who was a 1959 graduate of Evanston High School, a 63 graduate from college, and it will be interesting to find out how she ended up going to work for Lyndon Johnson, who at the time was vice president. And of course, we all know in late November, Kennedy passed away and he became president. So she ended up working for President Johnson, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Bush. And so she is 84 years old and is coming from Washington, D.C. to be with us, and we're excited to have her. We have a posthumous award for Mr. Redgar Davis, who probably is the oldest high school graduate from Evanston, and we have a middle school named after him, and he had a distinguished career here in Evanston. And then last of all, again, posthumous awards. There were 3 young ladies who unfortunately were killed in a car accident while they were attending a school event. And it's been 25 plus years since that happened, but we felt that we needed to honor those 3 young ladies, a Melissa Anderson, a Holly Burton, and a Nikki Thornick. And this was a little bit of a touchy situation in the fact that we had to talk with the families to make sure that this was not a real prickly situation for them. All 3 families were very grateful and are going to attend our event. So, so if any of you have any ideas of anyone who you think would be a Hall of Fame person, we certainly would encourage any nominations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Dan.
Anyone else?
Kathy Cook, 912 Main. I just had a question. So Saturday we were walking around the Roundhouse and we saw some moving vans, and so it looked like they were doing something with kegs, but I was just wondering if they're moving out, if they're still going to come to our city. Shades.
Rocco, can you help us with that?
Yeah, they're starting to move their equipment in, actually.
In? Okay. That's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Anyone else? If that is it, I guess I'll do it there. Is there a motion to adjourn? I'll do that for you.
I would love to make that motion.
And I'll second.
We got a motion and a second.
Thank you very much.
Any discussion?
No discussion.
No discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? We're adjourned. Just for you.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, Mayor.